Hi, my name is Rand, and I want to welcome you to another episode of DisinfoGuide. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about a propaganda technique called name calling. Now, the basic approach to name calling is that rather than making a legitimate argument, you attack your opposition on a personal level. What you're going to do is appeal to the preconceptions and prejudices of your audience. Now, indirect name calling is often more effective than direct. For example, you can make a sarcastic or tongue-in-cheek remark about your opponent. So rather than directly calling the opponent a derogatory name, make the same negative suggestions in a more jovial, less confrontational manner. And in this way, you can exploit the basic human tendency to classify your opponents as somehow inferior. Now here's an excellent example. If you look there's a book cover shown on the slide, and the title of the book is If Democrats Had Any Brains, They'd Be Republicans. This is a book by Coulter. So this is an excellent example of this name-calling technique. You're not saying directly that Democrats are brainless, but you're certainly implying it. And if you read this, if Democrats had any brains, they'd be Republicans. Another really interesting example is the case when Donald Trump called Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas. Now that has a lot of interesting overtones and effects. First of all, the name Pocahontas was a sort of a sly reference to her claim to Indian ancestry, and it was certainly not very complimentary. Now, what was particularly interesting about this attempt was the fact that that name really stuck. And at the end, people hardly remembered Elizabeth Warren's name, and many only remembered the name Pocahontas and the negative associations that went with it. So that's it for today. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of DisinfoGuide.